Have you ever stopped to wonder why your cat, that mysterious little feline sharing your couch, sometimes acts in such peculiar and intriguing ways? When they meow insistently at 3 in the morning, are they trying to tell you something important? Or is it just a nighttime whim? If you've ever found yourself trying to decipher the enigmas of your four-legged friend, if you've ever wondered if all that purring is pure love, or just a demand for more kibble, then get ready for a fascinating journey into the feline universe. Stay until the end and discover incredible secrets about training, essential care, and curiosities that will transform your relationship with your little domestic tiger. Oh, and don't forget to like this video, comment where you're watching from, and share if your cat also does these things we're about to reveal here. Ready to dive in? Cats are truly extraordinary creatures, with an evolutionary history stretching back thousands of years when their wild ancestors began approaching human settlements in search of easy prey that fed on stored grains. This unlikely partnership between humans and felines created one of the most fascinating interspecies relationships on the planet. Unlike dogs, who were actively domesticated and shaped to meet human needs, cats practically domesticated themselves, retaining much of their wild and independent nature. It's precisely this duality between wildness and docility that makes feline training such a unique and rewarding challenge. When we talk about cat training, many people turn up their noses and say it's impossible to train a feline. This is the first big lie we need to debunk. Cats are extremely intelligent and perfectly capable of learning commands, tricks, and desired behaviors. The fundamental difference lies in the approach. While a dog may be primarily motivated by the desire to please their owner, a cat needs to see personal advantage in every action they perform. It's as if they're constantly asking themselves what they'll gain from it, and honestly, who can blame them for that pragmatic attitude? The number one secret to feline training is understanding that you are dealing with a born predator endowed with instincts refined over millennia of evolution. Your cute little kitten curled up on your lap is essentially a miniature lion with all hunting behaviors preserved in their DNA. Therefore, the first step to successful training is to work with these instincts, not against them. When you dangle a feather wand in front of your cat, you're activating ancient neural circuits that fire like fireworks in their feline brain. This hunting behavior isn't just fun. It's a deep psychological need that, when adequately satisfied, results in a calmer, more balanced, and more receptive cat to learning. Let's talk about the power of positive reinforcement in the feline world. Completely forget any idea of punishment or physical reprimand. Cats do not respond well to coercive methods. And in fact, these methods can completely destroy the trust that is the foundation of any healthy relationship between you and your feline. Instead, think in terms of rewards and positive associations. When your cat does something you want, like using the scratching post instead of the couch, the reward should be immediate and valuable from their perspective. It could be a special treat, that wet food pouch they adore, or simply an intense petting session in that specific spot behind their ears that makes them purr like a little engine. Consistency is absolutely crucial when we're talking about feline training. Cats are creatures of habit and routine, and any inconsistency in your approach can deeply confuse them. If you've decided the cat can't get on the kitchen counter, that rule needs to apply always, not just when you're cooking. Every exception you make is a loophole in the learning process that can take weeks or months to correct. It's like building a house of cards where each card represents a learned lesson, and a single inconsistency can bring down the entire structure. Now, let's dive into the fascinating world of feline care, starting with nutrition. Proper nutrition is the cornerstone of your cat's health. And here we have to combat another persistent myth that cats can live solely on dry kibble. While dry kibble has its practical advantages, cats are animals that naturally obtain much of their hydration through their food. In nature, their prey contains about 70% water, and our domestic cats maintain this physiological need. Therefore, including wet food in their diet is essential to prevent kidney and urinary tract problems, which are so common in domestic felines. The issue of water deserves a separate chapter in our discussion of care. Have you noticed how your cat prefers to drink dripping water from the faucet or from a forgotten glass on the table instead of their water bowl next to their food? This isn't being finicky or stubborn, it's pure instinct. In nature, stagnant water near a carcass can be contaminated, so cats evolved to prefer moving water away from their food. Investing in a cat water fountain can drastically increase your feline's water consumption, preventing a host of health problems. It's amazing how something so simple can make such a difference in your companion's quality of life. Let's talk about the litter box, that element so fundamental yet so misunderstood in the feline universe. The choice of litter, the size of the box, the location, the frequency of cleaning, all of this deeply impacts your cat's well-being and can be the difference between a feline who religiously uses their box and one who decides your Persian rug is a much more interesting bathroom. Cats are extremely clean animals and sensitive to odors. A dirty litter box for a cat is like a filthy public restroom for us, simply unacceptable. The golden rule is to always have one more box than the number of cats in the house and to clean them at least twice a day. The location of the litter box is another crucial factor that many owners neglect. Cats need privacy to do their business, but they also need to feel safe. A box hidden too much in a dark corner of the basement can make your cat feel trapped and vulnerable. On the other hand, a box in the middle of the living room, obviously, doesn't offer the necessary privacy. The ideal is to find a middle ground, a quiet but accessible location, away from food and water, where your cat can do their business with dignity and security. Now, let's explore one of the most fascinating and often frustrating aspects of feline behavior, scratching. When your cat methodically destroys the corner of your new couch, they're not being vengeful or ill-behaved. Scratching is a deep physical and psychological need for cats. Physically, it helps remove dead layers from their claws, keeping them sharp and healthy. Psychologically, it's a way to mark territory through visual and olfactory signals, as cats have scent glands in their paws. Trying to completely prevent this behavior is like trying to stop yourself from brushing your teeth. It simply won't work. The solution is to redirect this natural behavior to appropriate places. Scratching posts are not a luxury. They are an absolute necessity in any home with cats. And here's a valuable tip that few people know. The texture and orientation of the scratching post make all the difference. Some cats prefer to scratch vertical surfaces, others horizontal. Some love sisal, others prefer carpet or cardboard. Observing your cat's preferences and offering options that meet those preferences is key to saving your furniture. Strategically, place scratching posts near the areas your cat has already shown interest in scratching, and use attractants like catnip to make them even more irresistible. Let's now delve into the world of coat care, another fundamental aspect that goes far beyond aesthetics. Regular brushing isn't just about keeping your cat looking good, though that's certainly a pleasant bonus. It's about health, preventing hairballs, stimulating blood circulation, and perhaps most importantly, it's a precious moment of connection between you and your feline. Long-haired cats obviously need more frequent brushing, but even short-haired cats benefit enormously from regular brushing sessions. It's fascinating to observe how most cats, even the most aloof ones, gradually learn to appreciate and even request these moments of care. Brushing technique is important and varies according to coat type. For short-haired cats, gentle strokes in the direction of hair growth are usually sufficient. For long-haired cats, you'll need to be more meticulous, working in sections and taking special care with areas prone to mats, like behind the ears and under the legs. Always use brushes appropriate for cats, never human brushes which can be too harsh for sensitive feline skin. And here's an interesting fact. Did you know that a cat's tongue has small, backward-facing hooks called filiform papillae? These structures function as an extremely efficient natural brush, but even so, our friends need our help to keep their coats in perfect condition. Speaking of physical care, we cannot neglect our feline's dental health. Yes, cats need dental care as much as we do, and neglect in this area can lead to serious health problems that extend far beyond the mouth. Periodontal disease in cats can cause intense pain, tooth loss, and even affect vital organs like the heart and kidneys when bacteria from the mouth enter the bloodstream. Regular dental brushing is ideal, but let's be realistic, not all cats calmly accept a toothbrush in their mouths. Fortunately, there are alternatives such as dental treats, specific dental cleaning toys, and even water additives that help maintain oral health. The issue of claws deserves special attention in our discussion of care. Trimming your cat's nails regularly is not cruelty. It's responsible care. Overly long nails can curve and grow into the paw pads, causing pain and infection. Additionally, well-maintained nails cause less accidental damage to furniture and to you during playtime. The secret is to start early and make the process as stress-free as possible. Use clippers specific for cats, never human clippers which can crack the nail. Cut only the transparent tip, avoiding the pink quick where the blood vessels are. And always associate nail trimming with something positive, like special treats or a favorite play session. Now, let's explore some absolutely fascinating curiosities about our feline friends that will make you look at your cat with new eyes. Did you know that cats have an extrasensory organ called the Jacobson's organ or vomeronasal organ? Located on the roof of their mouth, this organ allows cats to detect pheromones and other chemicals in the air in a way that we humans can't. Even imagine. When you see your cat make that strange face with their mouth slightly open after smelling something, they are using this organ to process complex chemical information about the environment. It's as if they have a sixth sense for smells that we don't even know exist. Another impressive curiosity is about feline vision. Although cats don't see colors as vibrantly as we do, they have extraordinary night vision, being able to see with only 1/6 of the light we need. This is due to a reflective layer behind the retina called the tapetum lucidum, which acts like an internal mirror, giving photoreceptors a second chance to capture light. That's why cats' eyes glow in the dark when illuminated. But here's something few people know: cats are nearsighted. They can't focus well on very close objects, which is why they use their super-sensitive whiskers to navigate and hunt in the dark. Speaking of whiskers, these specialized hairs, called vibrissae, are true marvels of natural engineering. Each whisker is deeply rooted and connected to extremely sensitive nerve endings. They function like antennae that detect minimal changes in air currents, allowing cats to navigate in total darkness and detect nearby prey or predators. Whiskers are approximately the same width as the cat's body, allowing them to instantly know if they can fit through an opening. Never, ever cut a cat's whiskers. That would be like blindfolding them and plugging their ears at the same time. Let's talk about extraordinary feline flexibility. Cats have 244 bones in their bodies compared to our mere 206. But it's not just the quantity that's impressive. It's how these bones connect. The feline spine is incredibly flexible thanks to special elastic discs between the vertebrae. Additionally, cats don't have a functional collarbone, which allows their shoulders to move freely and squeeze through impossible spaces. This extraordinary flexibility, combined with a refined sense of balance thanks to their highly developed inner ear, allows for those impressive acrobatics we see daily. One of the most intriguing curiosities about cats is their complex relationship with water. Although most domestic cats avoid water, this is not a universal feline characteristic. Big cats like tigers are excellent swimmers, and some domestic breeds like the Turkish van love water. The aversion to water in domestic cats likely evolved, because their ancestors lived in desert environments where water exposure was rare. Additionally, a cat's fur takes a long time to dry completely, which can leave them vulnerable to hypothermia. Interestingly, many cats are fascinated by moving water, which explains the obsession with dripping faucets and the preference for water fountains. Let's now explore the fascinating world of feline communication. Adult cats rarely meow at each other. This is a behavior they develop specifically to communicate with humans. Researchers believe that cats learn to modulate their meows to frequencies similar to human baby cries, exploiting our instinctive response to these sounds. Each cat develops a unique vocabulary of meows with their owners, creating a particular language that only the two of you understand. It's a touching testament to how cats have adapted to live with us, developing specific forms of interspecies. Communication. A cat's tail is a true emotional traffic light, and learning to read these signals can transform your understanding of your feline's mental state. An erect tail with the tip curved like a hook indicates a happy and confident cat. An inflated tail indicates fear or aggression. Rapid movements of the tail tip signal irritation or excitement during hunting. A tail wrapped around the body when sitting indicates contentment and relaxation. It's a complex and nuanced communication system that reveals much about your cat's internal emotional state. Purring, that characteristic and comforting sound, is even more mysterious and fascinating than most people imagine. Cats purr. Not only when they are happy, but also when they are stressed, sick, or even dying. Scientists have discovered that the frequency of purring, between 25 and 50 Hz, has proven therapeutic properties, promoting bone healing and reducing stress. In both the cat and nearby humans, it's as if cats are little walking healing machines, offering free vibrational therapy to their lucky owners. A curious behavior that many owners observe is the cat's habit of bringing gifts, usually in the form of dead prey or toys. This behavior has deep roots in feline maternal instinct. Wild mother cats bring prey to teach their kittens to hunt, starting with dead prey and progressing to live prey. When your cat brings you a gift, they are essentially trying to teach you to hunt because, from their perspective, you are a terribly incompetent hunter who never brings food home. It is simultaneously an insult and a gesture of deep love. Feline territoriality is another fascinating aspect that deeply influences your cat's behavior. Cats are extremely territorial animals that mentally map every inch of their territory. They mark this territory in various ways, through visual scratches, deposits of pheromones from facial glands when they rub their face on objects, and even through urine in extreme cases. Changes in territory, such as new furniture or renovations, can be extremely stressful for cats. Therefore, it's important to introduce changes gradually and keep some familiar elements constant. Let's talk about feline sleep, another aspect that fascinates and sometimes frustrates owners. Cats sleep an average of 15 hours a day, with some reaching up to 20 hours. This isn't laziness, it's evolutionary efficiency. As ambush predators, cats evolved to conserve energy between hunts. Even domesticated, they maintain this sleep pattern. Interestingly, cats go through sleep cycles similar to ours, including REM sleep where dreams occur. If you've seen your cat twitch their paws or move their whiskers while sleeping, you're probably witnessing a feline dream in action. Feline social hierarchy is complex and often misunderstood. Contrary to popular belief, cats are not completely solitary animals. They form complex colonies with established hierarchies when resources are abundant. In multi-cat households, a subtle hierarchy is established, usually based on personality more than size or strength. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for maintaining harmony in homes with multiple cats. Resources such as food, water, litter boxes, and resting places should be distributed to avoid competition and stress. The hunting instinct in cats is so strong that it persists even in well-fed felines. This behavior is not cruelty, it's pure nature. Cats are programmed to hunt, and completely repressing this instinct can lead to behavioral problems and frustration. The solution is to channel this instinct through appropriate play. Toys that mimic prey, regular simulated hunting sessions with wands and lasers, and interactive feeding through food puzzles can satisfy this primal need without harming local wildlife. Feline intelligence is often underestimated, but cats are incredibly intelligent and capable of complex learning. They have impressive long-term memory, being able to remember people and places for years. Cats also demonstrate the ability to solve problems, use simple tools, and even understand basic physics concepts like gravity and object permanence. The difference is that, unlike dogs, cats need to see personal advantage to demonstrate their abilities. They are perfectly capable of learning complex tricks. They simply carefully choose when it's worth the effort. Early socialization is absolutely crucial for the development of a well-adjusted cat. The critical period of socialization in cats occurs between 2 and 7 weeks of age. During this period, positive exposure to various stimuli, people, other animals, and experiences profoundly shapes the cat's adult personality. Cats that do not receive adequate socialization during this period can develop fears and anxieties that persist throughout their lives. Therefore, when adopting a kitten, it's important to know their early experiences and gently work to expand their comfort zone. Feline vocalizations form an impressively diverse repertoire. Researchers have identified over 100 different sounds that cats can produce, each with a specific meaning. In addition to meows, cats produce trills, hisses, growls, and that peculiar chattering sound when they observe prey through the window. Each sound has specific context and meaning, and attentive owners gradually learn to decode this complex. Language. It's a form of bidirectional communication where cats learn which sounds provoke the desired responses from their humans. The concept of environmental enrichment is fundamental to feline well-being. Cats, in monotonous and unstimulated environments, can develop serious behavioral problems, including aggression, compulsive behaviors, and depression. Enrichment doesn't necessarily mean spending a fortune on expensive toys. Cardboard boxes, toilet paper rolls, aluminum foil balls can all be sources of entertainment. Wall shelves, creating vertical pathways, windows with outdoor views, and strategic hiding places transform an ordinary house into a feline amusement park. The key is to offer variety and regular novelty. The relationship between cats and their routines is something every owner needs to understand and respect. Cats are creatures of habit who find security in predictable routines. Abrupt changes in routine can cause significant stress, manifesting as unwanted behaviors like inappropriate elimination or aggression. Establishing regular times for feeding, playtime, and interaction helps your cat feel secure and in control. When changes are inevitable, introducing them gradually can minimize stress and facilitate adaptation. Preventive medicine is an aspect of feline care that cannot be neglected. Regular vaccinations, parasite control, annual checkups, all of this is fundamental to keeping your cat healthy. Many feline diseases are silent in their early stages, and cats are masters at hiding symptoms of illness. Therefore, regular examinations can detect problems before they become serious. Spaying, neutering is also essential, not only for population control, but to prevent various health and behavioral problems. Spayed, neutered cats live longer, healthier lives, with a lower risk of certain cancers and problematic territorial behaviors. Feline. Nutrition is a complex science that goes far beyond simply filling the food bowl. Cats are obligate carnivores, requiring specific nutrients found only in animal tissue. Taurine, arginine, preformed vitamin A, arachidonic acid are all essential and must come from animal sources. The current trend of vegetarian or vegan diets for cats is not only inadequate but potentially fatal. Furthermore, feline obesity is a growing epidemic with serious health consequences. Controlling portions, avoiding excessive treats, and providing adequate exercise are fundamental to maintaining a healthy weight. Traveling with cats is often a source of stress for both the feline and the owner. The key to making trips less traumatic lies in preparation and positive associations. Always leaving the carrier available at home, transforming it into a comfortable space with blankets and treats, can dramatically reduce travel stress. Synthetic. Pheromones can help calm anxious cats during trips. For long journeys, regular stops to offer water and check on their well-being are essential. Never, ever transport a cat loose in the car. That is extremely dangerous for everyone involved. The interaction between cats and children requires careful supervision and education. Teaching children to respect a cat's boundaries, to read signs of discomfort, and to interact gently is fundamental to preventing accidents and building positive relationships. Cats can be wonderful companions for children, teaching responsibility, empathy, and respect for other living beings. Establishing clear rules about how and when to interact with the cat, and always supervising interactions between small children and cats ensures safety and positive experiences for everyone. We've reached the end of this fascinating journey into the feline universe, and I hope you've discovered surprising aspects about these extraordinary beings who share our lives. From training techniques that respect cats' independent nature, through essential care that ensures health and longevity, to curiosities that reveal the complexity of these small domestic predators, every aspect we've explored shows how truly special cats are. The key to harmonious and enriching coexistence lies in understanding and respecting feline nature, providing an environment that meets their physical and psychological needs while building bonds based on mutual trust and affection. Your cat isn't just a pet. They are a complex, intelligent, and personality-filled companion who enriches your life in ways you may not even fully realize. Now I want to hear from you. Which of this information surprised you the most? Does your cat have any unique behaviors we didn't mention here? Leave your comment sharing your experiences, like this video if it was helpful to you, and share it with those friends who are also passionate about cats. Don't forget to tell us where you're watching from. And remember, every cat is unique, with their own personality, and the journey of discovery and connection with your feline is a lifelong adventure. Keep exploring, learning, and above all, loving these magnificent beings who chose to share their lives with us. Until our next feline adventure.